There's a difference between being an anti-feminist and being an anti-gynocentrist. Gynocentrism is not a word familiar to a lot of people, but it's a very important word, something we need to understand. Feminism has wrought all kinds of evil in the legal system, and they did that because of public approval. The legal system is very, very concerned with public attitude and maintaining some sort of confidence from the public. The public is actually not very aware of the influence they have upon the court system. But legal feminists were not doing very well in the courts until twit feminists, the social feminists, started to create a big public stir demanding action from the courts and from the politicians. And this is where they started to get their changes in place, things that allow for women to murder men without being punished appropriately for it. They couldn't have done this without the social support. So women coming out in public, speaking out against feminism, is an extremely important thing, and I support that. I'm really glad they're doing it. But I don't believe yet that they are anti-gynocentric, and there ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. So here's the thing about anti-gynocentrism. I was asked on a forum, and actually it was somebody else being asked, but I answered the question for them. What has feminism done for men? And this was my answer, and I stand by it. Feminism became so absurd, so obnoxious, and so outrageous in their demands upon men who already sacrificed themselves for women. They are the protectors of women. Became so outrageous that men stopped playing. If feminism hadn't come along, if feminism hadn't done these things, become so obnoxious and become so horrid in the things that they say and this patriarchy theory they have, when it's obvious when you look at history that men have always been asked to sacrifice themselves to save women. Women are not oppressed, they never have been. There have been disadvantages, but those were always balanced out to the detriment of men by the advantages they had. So what has feminism done that's good for men? Feminism has provided an opportunity for us to create a truly equal society, one in which women are not the protected class, not the princess class. Women can actually meet men as equals. They can contribute, they can build societies, they can learn how to do the things that keep those societies running, and they can actually stop princessing themselves out or demanding special treatment. And some of the signs I've seen in this Women Against Feminism show that that's what they want. And I applaud that behavior. Some of those signs are traditionalist, saying that they basically want to go back to a system where men took care of women, where men died for women and children. And women and men, I think, most likely would both want to die for children if they had good morals, because children are innocent and have their whole life in front of them, and you sacrifice yourself for somebody who's more vulnerable. Women are not more vulnerable than men. We have different strengths, but we are equals, and we can create a world that is truly equal. What we don't want to do is go back to a traditionalist world. So that's what